Arriving 34 years after the original Karate Kid, in 2018 Cobra Kai hit laptop screens around the world via YouTube Red. There are a few things you still don't know about Cobra Kai, so let's get to know the untold truth about Cobra Kai. There wouldn't be a Cobra Kai without a reboot. Since around 2016, reboots have been the name of the game on television. Vintage shows like The X-Files, Twin Peaks, Will and Grace, and Roseanne have all returned, paving the way for Cobra Kai, an episodic continuation of The Karate Kid 30 years after the fact. That's by no means the first time Hollywood has tried to bring back The Karate Kid. The next Karate Kid, a soft reboot of the film series with Hilary Swank replacing Ralph Macchio, flopped, while a 2010 remake starring Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan was a blockbuster hit, showing that modern audiences were interested in the franchise. But it was another revival from long ago that directly helped Cobra Kai develop. Creators Josh Held, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg were all successful screenwriters, and their dream project was our own Karate Kid movie called Cobra Kai, where we would catch up with these characters and delve deeper into the life and psyche of the man in black, Johnny Lawrence. Held wrote in The Hollywood Reporter, "Business considerations prevented that film from ever happening, until one day the creators saw a billboard in Los Angeles advertising Fuller House, Netflix's Full House continuation, featuring Andrea Barber as annoying neighbor Kimmy Gibbler. Ralph Macchio was a late addition to the cast. After landing the proper legal and business clearances to even consider making Cobra Kai, the creators really needed the involvement of two individuals to ensure their project would get produced. Karate Kid stars William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, and Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso. The former was an easy sell. We knew William pretty well, having previously worked together on Hot Tub Time Machine," Josh Held told Hollywood Reporter, and right away he trusted our instincts with shepherding Johnny Lawrence into the new millennium. Landing Macchio would be trickier. None of us knew him, but we had heard he was very hesitant to engage with anything Karate Kid related over the years, Held told the Business Insider. He had spent 30 years turning down anything related to the Karate Kid, much preferring the safety of letting Daniel LaRusso's legacy stay in the past, he explained to The Hollywood Reporter. The creative team remained persistent and eventually secured a lunch date with Macchio, and that lunch turned into a 4-hour lunch where we pitched him the whole show. After a couple of 2-hour phone calls in the following days, and by the end of that week, Ralph was in. Why all of Johnny's friends didn't return to Cobra Kai. Likely the most moving episode of Cobra Kai is the second season installment, Take a Right. Johnny's old Cobra Kai karate buddy, Tommy, Rob Garrison, the one who screams, "Get him a body bag," in relation to Daniel LaRusso at the All Valley Karate Tournament in Karate Kid, pops up. He spends a day riding motorcycles, drinking, and going on a camping trip with his old friends. At the end, Tommy dies, sadly, and eerily echoing and foreshadowing Garrison's real-life death in September 2019 at age 59. The final image of Tommy in the Karate Kid universe comes in Cobra Kai when, fittingly, he's placed into a body bag. Joining Johnny and Tommy in Take a Right were Karate Kid characters Bobby and Jimmy. Ron Thomas and Tony O'Dell returned to play them, with only Chad McQueen as Dutch, the only Cobra Kai holdout. We actually talked to Chad, show director Josh Held told Entertainment Weekly. Schedules were such that it wasn't feasible for him to join us this time around, but we certainly mentioned his character being alive and in a very particular place on purpose. Writers explained that Dutch had wound up in prison. The Cobra Kai kids are martial artists. Cobra Kai is a continuation of the Karate Kid movies, focusing in part on kids learning karate from two former teenage masters of the form, Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence. Some of those young adults, or kids if you rather, are actually quite good at karate and other martial art techniques, bringing levels of realism and intensity to their Cobra Kai fight scenes. Jacob Bertrand, who plays Hawk, began regular karate at 8 years old and attained the rank of purple belt before losing interest, but re-entered karate lessons 2 months before shooting his first scenes. Tanner Buchanan, Robbie Keane, approached a black belt in Taekwondo, then moved on to Muay Thai boxing. Just before he landed Cobra Kai, he'd completed an 8-month training regimen. Zolo Maraduena, Miguel, was less experienced than those co-stars. "I had taken a year or so of karate when I was very young," he told The Wrap. There's a meaning behind the episode titles. Because it takes place in the universe of the Karate Kid films, Cobra Kai is filled with references big and small to the 80s franchise. They're also embedded in a place where viewers may not think to go Easter egg hunting. The titles of the individual episodes of the show unceremoniously listed for navigational purposes on the Cobra Kai series page on Netflix. When launching Cobra Kai, we decided our titles should be not only thematically linked to episode content, but sometimes nods to the original movies, co-creator Josh Held told Entertainment Weekly. For example, the first Cobra Kai episode, which establishes that Johnny's life has been on the skids since losing the All-Valley Karate Tournament to Daniel LaRusso 3 decades earlier, is titled Ace Degenerate, something one of Johnny's friends positively labels him in The Karate Kid. In the first Karate Kid, Cobra Kai dojo leader Kreese says that an enemy deserves no mercy, and that's alluded to in the names of the Season's 1 finale, Mercy, and the Season 2 finale, No Mercy. The second season also nods to Karate Kid's soundtrack cuts. The Moment of Truth is named after the song of the same name by Survivor, which plays in the first film, while Glory of Love gets its title from the Peter Cetera hit from The Karate Kid Part 2. Cobra Kai was in high demand. The first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, released in 2018 and 2019, debuted exclusively on YouTube Red. Later renamed YouTube Originals, the subscription-based streaming service offered ad-free and original, long-form scripted entertainment, including Step Up, High Water, Wayne, and Origin. But Cobra Kai was easily the most high-profile and thus signature series on the fledgling streamer, one of many in an increasingly crowded field that also includes industry champs like Netflix, Amazon Video, and Hulu. In fact, all 3 of those stalwarts were highly interested in acquiring Cobra Kai for its large libraries of original content. The pitch meetings to executives at those companies, along with cable network AMC, were just that dynamic, with stars Ralph Macchio and William Zabka personally showing up in character to help producers sell the show. I don't know whether they had rehearsed it, but they played the parts of their characters well. More than anything, it was just amazing to see them together again, YouTube head of originals Suzanne Daniels told The Hollywood Reporter. The video site won the competitive bidding fight, but in the end lost the war. Cobra Kai wound up on Netflix after all for its 3rd season in 2021 and a planned 4th season too. The reason? YouTube got out of the business of making serialized scripted original series. A cast member did not want to work. Among the new additions to the cast of Cobra Kai, or those who weren't in a Karate Kid movie, is Courtney Hengler, who portrays Daniel's wife, Amanda LaRusso. Hengler's resume includes dozens of credits going back 2 decades, including a recurring role as Sheldon's sister, Missy, on The Big Bang Theory. At the time of her audition, Hengler was ready to quit acting. "I just had my baby and I was like, I don't even know if I want to go back," she told the Daily Actor. After realizing that acting paid her health insurance, Hengler went on the Cobra Kai audition, even though she initially thought it was ridiculous to remake The Karate Kid and bemoaned Hollywood's lack of originality. She ultimately enjoyed the show, but still fell out of place among Macchio and William Zabka. Peyton List never thought she'd land the role. Peyton List, who joined Cobra Kai in the 2nd season as Tori Nichols, a tough Cobra Kai dojo student, didn't have the same luxury of time as Hengler did to weigh the pros and cons of her role, but still didn't think she'd book it. "I received the audition super last minute, the night before, and never in my wildest dreams would have thought I could play the character." List, best known for playing more straight-laced individuals on Disney Channel fare, told Glitter, "It was such a happy shock when I got it." So, what do you think? What do you think of these unheard truths about Cobra Kai? Are you surprised by Courtney's wish not to work? Do you think that the reboot was necessary for the series? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.